Hello, welcome to another Danganronpa. I can't fucking hear myself, man. The music for Danganronpa is so loud. But you know what to do if there's any audio issues. Let me know. There shouldn't be, but God fucking knows. You know? It would be nice if I set up my audios separately, but I don't because, like, let's admit it, I'm lazy. Hey, goofball, bro. It's Kiwi. Coming out of the woodwork. Kiwi, coming out of the woodwork. Broski, you're alive. How could I forget your craziness? No one could forget that. You know? No one. It's beautiful. I hope I would never forget about you, Kiwi. Ever. You show up once like every 6 months and I will always remember you. Okay? I'll never forget. What a hero. How you doing though? Like, talk to me. What's going on? Where you've been? Besides cheating on me. Out of stock of what? What are you trying to buy? What are you trying to get? There we go. Continue. Yes. Oh. Yeah, that was no. It wasn't DBD the last time you saw me. I was actually playing what the hell was I playing? It wasn't DBD though. Dibba-dibba-dibba-da. I think I was playing some like story thing. You know? Twitch points. I don't even have Twitch points for anything anymore because every time I try to put it as something, I get in trouble on YouTube. So I gotta figure out what I can do with it that won't get me like marked on YouTube. No, it probably was. I've been playing this series for like months. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking. That's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. I'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru would definitely come back. You're right. First of all, options. Thank you. That shit is just blaring in my head. Did you direct your gaze to the brave stature of my 4 dark divas of destruction? I could see Kiwi, you having 4 divas of dark destruction and they're all hamsters. I could see that. I need a little bit more time until the autopsy reports. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot about her.
Something like this.
All right, Kiwi. Thank you for stopping by. Don't trip, don't get shot, and don't get robbed. So good luck out there. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe
How
it.
cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those 2 are no longer here. Such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of your friends were killed. That's more the reasons why we can't just leave this alone, right?
So just as
We
I
must
thought.
do this then for the sake of the 2 who have fallen. Let's see what Nagito thinks. This might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey.
I heard that you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to reach the truth behind this incident for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope.
Wow.
Why? Don't make me repeat myself. This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
How unfortunate.
It's disappointing. Did I speak to...
Damn right.
Take a look at this.
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
It's something like this is in front of the door. You think it might be a really big clue? Why would this be a clue?
Hey.
Remember when we came to the music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if that's gonna be possible. Yeah, we remember this. The door was locked when we tried to go inside and the 4 of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all.
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean you think that this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in the front of the door should be proof of that. Then how was the killer able to get out? I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside. Maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, and they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us. You know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere. All right, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like he said, that might be possible, but...
Listen to the whole story.
Okay. Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance.
Well?
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting.
See?
It looks like a weird glob where the right and left door touch. See? You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
It doesn't look like rubber, but as she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. What are you putting it in your mouth? It smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop. And this chewiness, I see. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly into the gaps of the door. Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue. We're also missing the, we're also missing somebody. There's a door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is a storage room. I might as well investigate. What the fuck you doing here, Nagito? Nagito. You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check out how you look. There's a lot of stickers with the venue's logo placed here. It's like they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Compared to the last time, it feels like there are less stickers than before. Am I overthinking this? There's a carpeting wallpaper and a paint on the shelf. It's probably used for stage decoration. This thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf, it looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper and this edge of the wallpaper. It looks a little torn, but what does this mean? Oh. Okay. There's a lot of different musical instruments lined up here. I know about guitars and drums, but there are also instruments and machines I've never seen before. But they don't look like they pertain to the case. No! I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, I guess what's left is Nagito. Nagito, did you come here to investigate the storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? The tipped over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hiyoko, that probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. That's the main reason why this case is really special.
Man.
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really, you might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
So mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become the enemy and I won't even mind when I die. That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not going to tell me. Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings.
Hey.
You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking? Obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? I guess that's everything important in the storage room. I guess I should go back to the music venue. Alright, with this, we might be close to finish investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. How about it, Mikan? Have you found out anything by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive. But it's not my fault. The music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Is that possible? If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death. I see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
What?
Even if the heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. First it was Ibuki, then it was Hiyoko. No. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders.
Huh?
You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or film, as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie.
Good instinct.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people. The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like
Do
that?
you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This too
It's certainly
must be the will
conceivable.
of
If the killer
causality.
wishes to complete the imitation... Hold on a second. What are you all talking about, an imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried that there's going to be another victim? then no worries. Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing school trip, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people. You mean you've added another rule? Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the blackened wouldn't be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings? Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider this possibility at all, and I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers?
So.
Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on a majority vote, the other person could certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2, or 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey.
Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Wow.
All right, fine. That's right. There's always 1 killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. I see. So there's no possibility of 2 killers to exist at the same time. That's interesting. Because in part 1, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. You know, because... But now, what if they... Well, in this situation, there's a mastermind, right? But if, let's say, Ibuki got killed there, and Hiyoko got killed someone else at the same time, like, what would you do? And they didn't know that they did that. Right? They didn't know that one person killed the other person. So forth. But I guess the odds of that happening is like very rare, right? With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
That makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Face
it
your
means a 3rd victim would be
powerlessness.
impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? It could be you haven't seen it.
So. Oh my.
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. That's why he said, let's go to the movies. Then the invitation is, of course, it's an imitation of that movie. Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie. I see, Nagito mentioned something about that. Yo, this guy is always throwing Nagito under the bus. But he's our, like, investigator this game. Part 1 was the chick. Nagito is, like, our homie in this one. Sorry, drinking soda. It's not far off when Nagito says something. So you haven't seen it still? It's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts. Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what's going on in the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we cannot go there for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hiyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. We do have her key. We do have her key. We'll see this movie. Hopefully it's like a 5-minute movie. Or less. Because I don't know how much... Damn, what did I do? Wizard of Monomi.
Hello there.
I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched that movie yet. I see. Then you really should watch this movie first. A customer's here.
Did you call me? What?
Hajime's the customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're a really tough guy. You were so devoted to being tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million. Huh? You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up.
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyways, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it! But my resistance was in vain and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. It's this one. I'm sorry I was born stupid. You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here.
It's already says on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away 1 ticket per person. You only have 1 chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it. Okay.
Then I'll go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit.
Hey.
About that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. Huh. Maybe it has to do with the time and date. I guess I should wait until Monokuma finishes his preparation.
Impossible.
I can't believe you bought that thing, and you paid $1.5 million for it too. But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. Can I get popcorn? It's a food shop. A lot of things like popcorn, sandwiches, and drinks are all arranged here. No, it doesn't. You came all this way now to watch it? Your tsundere knows no limits. It's just like me to make Hajime so prickly. I might be hiding a past where I was once known as prima donna of the mascot world. You definitely weren't called that. It's about time you showed your dire side. You know, come on. Liven yourself up a little.
So
Wait for a bit, okay? I'm definitely gonna buy that.
No.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
Sure?
You can hate me all you want. Alright, what else is there to look at? Do I talk to Nagito again? In the invitation ticket from earlier, you should keep that safe just in case. Right. It's gotta be something, right? What am I missing? Why can't I get food?
No. Are you sure?
That reminds me the item should be on top of the counter. Yeah, bag! This one looks like the tote bag made of hemp cloth with the decal of Monami's face on it. Ah, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item. Only one person can have it. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there, were you interested in buying that tote
Too
bag?
bad.
Well, that's too bad. It's already sold out. Who do you sell it to?
You're so
Stupid. There's no
stupid.
way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that'd reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it.
Shocking.
I remember you said that there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
Well now.
I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right
I can't
away.
wait. I can't wait.
Okay. Naughty bear. This movie sucks. World famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audience to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this 2.5D. That sounds so half-assed.
Please relax and enjoy the film.
Damn, that was loud-ass music. Now then, please relax and enjoy the film. I'm relaxing. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide,
Whoa.
the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
The fuck? Movies are the best. The drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissue, one for each head.
So,
What the hell? Now then, let's meet again at the class trial. I'm too disgusted to even let it aside right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie?
Whoa.
But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Just like he said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims in this case. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
But
It would have been completely imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer's upset about that right now. Or, if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true.
hey, but
But we're still missing one person. Oh, he's here. Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
hey,
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady looking alley where all those machines were lined up? Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as a part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed from the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor. But if I left it like that, we wouldn't be able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, if another surveillance camera existed, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras, I modified them and increased their wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that.
Well,
I feel like I haven't been in here a while, even though it's only really been a few days. Oh, we're investigating the lobby? I thought no, we didn't. There's a surveillance camera on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
There's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Hibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household function.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. That's what exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed a music venue stage. There's a black curtain hanging like there is now, but the whole display, black curtain, that should look green. The whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a step ladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the step ladder and without any hesitation. She climbed that step ladder of her own free will and then grabbed that rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was really an old model. Hold on.
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time. Still, if she climbed the step ladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean that she's her own killer? What do you think, Chiaki? Not really, not if someone told her. There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the step ladder on her own, right? If so,
You.
don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but does she seem a little upset?
Now then.
I finally get back to my normal self. Help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyways, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empties room. There weren't any gowns? Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I had no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'd probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser. No time to dilly-dallo. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. But leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Wait, what? Were they on the... No, they were on this floor. Why is that shaky? Whoa, 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 whoa. I got an alert. What the hell? It wants to give you something. Mono coins time 100? Coconut juice? Goodbye. I got an achievement. So now what do I do? Oh shoot. What is this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch? Don't turn it on. Chiaki, are you there? If you turn on the light, it's going to be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed? Hey, Hajime, if you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you going to do? Are you going to poke them out? I'm not going to poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Bummer. Fail. No sooner did she finish saying that I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room were designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through. See a black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and trophy.
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. She's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. It's a projector. Well, it's not strange for it to be in a conference room after all. This probably isn't a clue. I should look somewhere else. Can I go in here? Oh. This is the on-call. This isn't a room for patient. It looks more like an on-call room for a hospital. But all this cluttered medical equipment makes it look like a storage room. If this is the only on-call room working at a hospital, it must be tough work. So if a room like this exists, that means there used to be people here, right? Seriously, what the heck is going on with this island? Room looks like a store equipment. This particularly catches my eye. So, what do we have here? Can I go in here? No. What's crazy is I can't examine those rooms. Why are the handprints on the window? I just remember I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It might be faster just to ask someone.
So you
You're
have
here, right?
appeared.
Come on out. Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? Which room was Hiyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure to pray to whatever god you hold dear. And you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? Like that? A rundown rusted... Okay.
Damn right.
Can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lightning. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to go get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at the motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue,
I get it.
you met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wasn't open for some
I
reason.
see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door and discover Hiyoko's body was suddenly there too. That's what happened. This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Body? Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gunhem and Monomi.
I see.
I see. So Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear. Do you think those two are suspicious? Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but while we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. Asked her what's going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well.
No, we went to the movie theater in that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mika and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there was no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with that duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact that Hiyoko was killed and we discovered her body... What, do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it, it's true. I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in a concrete. Yeah, I don't think he did it. This one? Looks like it's locked, but the key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this? Yeah, I got it right. It opened, just as I thought. This key was Hiyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. I haven't seen one of those mirrors in a long time. So Hiyoko was staying here, right? She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room. But I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my.
Did the door open? Yeah, Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What? Did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. The moment Hiyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too,
However-
right? However, her fear of disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reasons would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time, and then I saw it. Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono.
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru, that Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say to her?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me
It
out.
cannot be.
Could it be Hiyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident, or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Sonia. Are you the killer? Remember, it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. I feel like I couldn't find anything of pertinent clue. No! No! The Monokuma was there!
Oh, how's everybody doing? The class trial's gonna so make sure you got.
You can't do that. So this again. I need to go to that place again. But now is not the time to be a coward. Okay, shut up. No! Monokuma! You're in the room. Monokuma, let me go back. You can't. No! Fuck! Why would you do that? I was so close to getting Monokuma. He was on the toilet. Everyone heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma rank. Soon enough.
Welcome!
Is everyone here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial? Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Monomy's such a dumb child.
Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say, oops. Anyways, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye.
I won't let you.
Hey, hey!
Did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well-
I mean, in a million years, he would die. It's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that?
How about
Who
it?
knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn for?
What are you saying, Fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See? I'm gonna do it!
We stepped out in the escalator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. That's when I suddenly noticed it. Yeah, but I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. The elevator began its deep descent. The auto takes a little while. It's a big ass elevator. I like big ass elevators. I don't feel claustrophobic, you know? Okay, let's see how Monokuma decorated this place. Oh my god, so dramatic. Hajime, please. Feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. I don't like this decoration, Monokuma. But 2 people got killed at the same time and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No,
Why
no.
bother?
That's
What? Maybe
well now.
he's the 3rd one that died? It's the beginning of a long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. My heart. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. It's gonna open, guys. Ibuki, can you stop showing that picture? God dang it. There goes YouTube. She was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt. Bullshit! Get out of here, Hajime. What are you gonna say about her? The ultimate traditional dancer. Let's hear it. Just from looking at her adorable face, you never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. Yeah, I mean, you know, okay. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come into terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those 2 is among us. Sus. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. Dun, dun, dun. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. No, for your own sake. For our friend's sake. No, for your own sake. For Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. No, for your sake. So you don't die. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Oh, yeah. Yo, I can change the difficulty? I mean, I haven't had trouble, but, you know. I mean, who am I lying? I haven't had multiple
Then,
troubles,
let's
but...
begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class
Crack my
trial,
ankle.
you will present your arguments for who the killer is and
Why he
vote
gotta wrap
for
her
who
up like
done
that?
it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on
Yeah,
with
so it doesn't
already.
make sense that somebody would help
I don't mind starting the trial, but
the
I don't really
mastermind
have a
because they
grasp
would
of
just
how the
die.
case
So
played
they gotta
out.
be okay with dying.
you know, because I was asleep the whole time. Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
No, I don't.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived,
Bro,
the
that's
person
because
wearing the
you
hemp bag on
watched
their
the
head was
whole,
already hanging from the ceiling.
show before you ran over there.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
I mean, no. Like, he does have a point. You're the only one that saw it. So, like, how do we know everything that you're saying is true? Right? No, he got a point. Okay.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Yes. The movie ticket.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's then the fact that Ibuki...
That would also...
I don't think I can... After all,
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
No, that's wrong!
That's why he said that ticket. Nagito.
I'm not the killer!
Son of a bitch.
I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Showing your innocence.
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Like that that's a nice
So
one.
this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Butts are for pooping. Make your argument.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The person remarks contradicts with the truth.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Damn.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
No, I got it.
So they looked like they...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from...
It seems they were trying to
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor and...
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
You can use that as a... By doing that, the killer waited till we get... And suddenly...
So they looked like they...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
At least I don't use help for like...
The killer was still inside. By locking the door, they tried to keep us...
It seems they were
How did they lock the door? That door should not have...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
No?
Crap!
What?
The killer was still inside the music. By locking the door, they tried to keep us from getting...
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a
The lock was on the floor and
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
you can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Yo, I really don't.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
What was the other one?
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor and
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
you can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
Wait.
By doing that, the waited till we get and suddenly
So they look like they...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
the killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
Oh,
By doing that,
button.
the killer waited till we get and suddenly
So they look like they...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
the killer was still inside. By locking the door from, they tried to keep us.
It seems they were trying to stall for.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor and
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
you can use
No,
that
I
as a
can't take
bolt
it.
to lock the door. By doing that, the waited till we get and suddenly
So they look like they...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
the killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken...
You can use that as a by doing.
Time's up. Can't believe I ran out of time.
We will never give up!
Never surrender. I'm just very confused by the statements here.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
No.
Crap!
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm not really sure
the
how
killer
these,
was still inside the music venue.
correlate.
By locking the door from the inside,
Like, you know,
Damn it!
the killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
like what am I
It
getting
seems
at
they were
here?
trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
If the person's remark contradicts the truth, The person's remark
The killer was still inside the music venue.
the truth.
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Should be able. The person's remark contradicts the truth.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together
It has to
and
be this
suddenly
fucking
appeared.
lock thing.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Wait.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
No, that's wrong! Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
Rubber doesn't
I see!
work.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Unless she was already there. And they used the wallpaper to hide her body.
Like me.
So
If
that
they
way when
couldn't have
Hajime
done it
came
while
in there-
Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Figure out what it is. Yeah, it's the fucking wallpaper. The piece that we found in the garage that was missing. I forgot his stuff. No! I did that. I let them all get crushed. No! I needed that. Yo. Am I crazy? Is there no peace in my life? Whoa. Oh no! I need an E. I need an R. Huh?
I got it!
I got it.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Why are you whispering to me?
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't
That's what
there?
I just said.
If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
Oh my god.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Are you calling me stupid, Nagito? Is that what you're doing? Are you condescending me? Alright. I already fucking connected the dots. I'm waiting for these mofos to connect the goddamn dots. Alright, let's give this a try. We're spinning again. Logic dive. I don't remember this. Oh yeah. Shit, your mother. What am I supposed to do? This feels so fucking random. Question 1. It fucking was hidden. What the fuck you mean? Speed it. Fucking Sonic. No, I'm not fucking Sonic. Oh, Jesus Christ. I should be careful with what I say. I meant I am Sonic. The killer used the wallpaper. Yo, even though I connect like all like the evidence, they always throw a wrench when it comes to who the killer is. You're like, what? How the fuck did you even get there from the evidence? You know, that's so fucking stupid. Like with Fuyuhiko, like. It was like you had all the evidence, but then it was like that person, but it wasn't that person. Like, this is wild.
It's all coming together. I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Although,
yeah,
let me tell
by
you
wrapping the
something.
wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
Yeah, but like the body is like.
So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
Like, imagine how.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Like, that was perfect shaping. Let me tell you, perfect shaping.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon
Like,
as I
that
left
is
the music
very
venue.
impressive wallpaper work. I'm not gonna fucking lie. You know how hard it is
But the
to
killer
put
made
up
a mistake.
wallpaper?
They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. If their plan took too long, Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and
It's
risky.
impressive.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
I see! The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. She had blood
If you're
on her
going to
feet.
cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Like, why did this escalate? Like, obviously, she had blood on her. That's how I knew from the beginning that she wasn't the first to fucking die. I feel like
When
someone
Hiyoko
told her to
died,
kill Hiyoko.
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that.
I agree. 10-10. Always got it.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Like, if I had to work in a courtroom with people like this, I would fucking just be like, alright, just kill me. I can't. I can't. can't do it no more. Sure.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to
I always forget how to
Hiyoko?
do this.
Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about
I
what you
always
see in
forget.
Ice Nightmare. You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Break.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
Like, how wouldn't you realize
The
it? Wouldn't it
reason
be
they
little
wiped off the
footprints?
blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
You
The
gotta figure
same
out
as
the
always, you have to
mastermind.
vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means
Hey, Nessie, you're
the
alive.
killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And If she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video
No,
you
I
saw,
haven't. I'm waiting to
Ibuki
finish
was
all
by
the
herself
games.
when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Yeah, they have it on Crunchyroll.
Since
and I
Hajime
pay
has
for
seen the
Crunchyroll.
video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Right.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. Okay.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong! Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case,
I
the
have a
killer
feeling,
must
yeah, I
be
know who
someone
the killer
else.
is.
It's better if we think about it like that.
Like, I know how they did it.
The killer
but
decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
they told on
So
themselves.
it's inevitable that an alibi for
killing.
both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Inside a trap set by one of us. If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it?
Hiya!
Well, hello there, mon ami. The most balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What? What's that? Now then, mon ami's real appeal time starts now. Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those dirt jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. I'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
I'm disappointed. Yeah. Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Yep. God, these trolls, man.
I'm Monami.
They do.
Once
Nancy,
again,
they do
I've
have
been
to
put in such an
the
unreasonable
protagonist
situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
Huh.
It suddenly got
It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, It's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hiyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Right.
But Hiyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape. Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hiyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hiyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions? It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hiyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hiyoko's murder is hidden?
Maybe it was by mistake.
I have no
like
freaking
she
clue what you're
swore
trying to
it,
say.
Right?
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
I need to find that out no matter the cost. She went there on her own free will because of the motel room key. Right?
Why did Hiyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I agree with that. It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hiyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono.
Hiyoko
They would have
has
put it
such
somewhere
bad
more
luck.
obvious.
This is like the fucking second time.
Otherwise,
She
there's
didn't
no
make it
point in
this
messing
time,
with the
though.
crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose!
What?
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This will be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No, that's not the issue.
I'll take off my
Shut
sandal and
up!
throw it at you.
Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
And it's not because I'm Hispanic. It's just you talking a lot of bullshit. Okay, Sonia already said that she told
Hiyoko
her.
was locked inside her room, right?
Oh shit, wrong thing.
She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
I fucking failed.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got it. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her.
I don't remember how to
The
go
girl
the
is so
other way.
small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her. Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and
I want to
forcibly
go the other
abducted
way.
her. The girl is so small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
Oh, I got no more cuts.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
Shit, what are the buttons? Slash direction. WASD. Okay.
The killer was the one who locked the door.
Oh shit.
So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
I can't back down!
What? I fucking, you know what?
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right?
No.
She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and
Oh my god.
forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking.
What is happening?
And that's why the killer targeted her.
Why does it keep doing that?
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or the killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
That was wild. My
But
computer
Hiyoko's
had a
room was
fucking
locked.
mind of its own.
The key was deep inside. It's more likely that the killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's her kimono. There's only one
Oh,
reason her
fuck.
kimono would be that messed up.
No, 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 no.
Damn it!
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to... The killer probably didn't realize she even...
Hold on!
How dare this? Okay, sorry. I had to delete something.
Her kimono was all messed up.
Wait, what?
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko. Her kimono was all messed up.
Wait, what? What am I doing wrong?
Crap!
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up.
What is happening with my buttons? What the fuck just happened to me?
Damn it!
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
I can't back down!
Jesus.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or the killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
I can't back down!
Oh my fucking god. I don't understand that.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room, the key was deep inside her kimono. It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up.
No, that's not it.
Hold on! Try remembering her kimono. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Allow me to cut through those words! The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hiyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then, the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Imagine she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own
like
just to fix her
Nihai.
messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes.
Whoa.
Do whatever you want to me.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
No.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation.
Killed Hiyoko.
Because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure you're very, very close.
Hey, Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? Oh, I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion.
Look at Monami.
Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the places she kept walking around. That's what I said.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
I see, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that was completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why weren't there any footprints on the stepladder? And it was on the side of it?
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
That idea. What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Kamaide, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me, Hajime Hinata.
I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
If there was some hidden clue in that video, should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who can do it. The hanging video that I saw. Based on everything we know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange.
Here!
It's no blood.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
No.
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
Completely.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, huh? Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the killer did something. Oh shit. That was wrong. Oh fuck. I fucked up. Damn.
Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Okay. What did the killer do that deserved? You know what it said. Logic drive. Here we go. Based on what Kazuichi said. Woo! Can I make it? Hey. No slow down, no slow down, no slow down, no slow down. Like, I don't need to slow down. But it went on a lot longer than I thought. Okay, did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or at the hospital? I think at the music venue. They took it with them. Like, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean? Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I hate this sequence because it kind of makes me nauseous. Question 3. Wait. Whoa, scared me.
It's all coming together!
Almost immediately. You must be terrible at Mario.
That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but... in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
The thing the killer do to the remaining, they destroyed it.
I see!
All over the floor in pieces.
The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not.
I would've.
My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
There's only one other place that they could have done it. It was in the hospital because there's only two places. Oh my god, I gotta spell it. What if I don't know how to spell? Like, what happens? I need an F. So many R's. So much going on. I need another. Oh, I need this. I did it.
I got it.
The champion of the world.
It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? The conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That is true, they do.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
The killer went ahead and did some work. I've got to make it clear what the work was. Hey.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it!
Oh! I got confused.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
Yes, yes, they did.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid!
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is The
Wait.
same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Oh, I can prove it with this.
I meant to go see more information.
You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn
forgot
of
about the
events
movie
for
theater.
Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Bayside Cop say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
The video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. It was two different people. The Ibuki in the conference room.
I see!
You couldn't tell.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki.
Buy one, get one free, remember?
It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So what's happened? No matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. Yeah, if you took her body down, you would have noticed that, to be honest.
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
That's right. I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is.
You're the only one! Miko, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep. Then if you insist, I will use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it's better if you relax in the lobby instead. Oh.
At that time, you said
She
you
said
were
that to
going to
me.
the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room.
I thought I said that to her.
That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer?
Yeah.
That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
No.
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What are
do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Everyone's ganging up on me. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Hey, if we learned anything from the first one, the sweetest one is always the one that you gotta watch out for. If I have this much doubt about someone I've spent so much time with...
Can you hold on a minute?
Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at
Oh
an
my god, just
important
fucking
time
say
like
it.
this.
Nagito.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know!
Actually, this is a game!
Please don't say such controversial statements. Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right?
Yes.
There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope, and keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
So this one rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Yes, they did. Is that really true? Make your argument.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
That must be it! So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself. I see, so Ibuki died by hanging herself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? 'Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way. I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either! Of course I don't want to do this! But I need to do this!
You doubt your friends?
None of you are my
That's not
fucking
it.
friends.
I
okay?
suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say? Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that! You hear me? I'm done!
Hey, Mikan!
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Not fair! Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away! What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we
Yeah,
don't
she
have
did
any
snap
clues,
Nessie.
why don't we have her give us some? I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Chiaki.
Hey Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? Ah! That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer! That video, I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us.
Huh?
But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Oh my fucking god, why me? Why don't you just do it? Making me do all this work. God dang it.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
I need to make up my mind. First of all, forgive you for what? I'm the one who's gonna finish this. Make your argument.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Fuck. I needed that last one.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body type just from that video, just from that camera angle, just from that dim candlelight. There's no way you'd be able to make. So please forgive me,
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on her head is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious?
I don't know why she talks like
or
that.
could it be the hospital slippers she had? The hospital slippers?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
Pew pew.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Yes, you did. She committed a lot of mistakes, actually.
Mistake?
As I said before
Hey,
many
Candy?
times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
To be honest, she was throwing out shit.
The
You
only
can't use that
reason
against her.
Mikan knew the camera angle
How's it
Hajime
going? It's
had
going.
seen
I'm kind of
is because you're the person who
Can you get me a
actually
snack?
filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is
My
it true,
card?
Mikan? Did you
What
kill
card?
Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me! Huh? 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 I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible. You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such
Is that
despair.
Pikachu?
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Long time no see. Well, not really. It's time for the third panic talk action. This is probably going to be my last job during a class trial. It's a fucking third trial. Okay, starting from this PTA, the reload and ammo features will be added. You will no longer be able to make do with just the left mouse button. Below the tempo marker is in the lower portion of the screen. The number of bullets are displayed. From this point on, you'll need 1 bullet to destroy 1 remark. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy the remarks no matter how much you mash the left mouse button. You will be able to refresh your bullets by pressing the tab key to reload. Just like locking on, press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. The controls are the same as the left mouse button. Match the tempo marker either by pressing the tab key. The number of bullets refreshed is based on how well you kept the tempo. If you get the timing wrong when you press the tab key, bullets will not be refreshed, so please be careful. Also, your ammo will be completely refreshed and will not run out during fever time. Alright. If your difficulty level is set to gentle, you do not need to reload. Oh, time to set it to gentle. I guess this was a pretty useless explanation, even though it was the last one. That should be the explanation for the class trials. The rest is up to you to overcome. You should be able to find it beyond this point where you and I both yearn for. True despair. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yay.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
They wouldn't even need this. Like, the fact that she's going crazy like this is proof of enough. The shit that she's saying is proof. Just vote. I don't need her to admit it. Just fucking vote.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand?
Oh shit.
Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want.
Negative.
You're done for!
Wait, what's going on?
Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please,
I'm
draw
done.
on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me.
Why is she like the fucking...
Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me!
Wait!
Please, draw on me. Do you understand?
I ain't to kill you.
There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in 2 places at the same time.
Whoa. Fuck. I fucked up. Because I don't know how to spell. Retry, yeah.
We will never get.
I gotta do this shit all over again. I'm very uncoordinated.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for!
It's hard because what happened is I don't got the music on.
Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at this.
This is the end!
This is the end.
Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize.
That is fact. That is fact.
Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left,
to do this.
please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Okay. Okay. Nope. Ah. No? God dang it. What am I missing? What did the killer do after the broadcast? How was the real locked room created? And then the last one, the small clue that the killer left behind.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music.
Okay, but who blew out the candle?
That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time. When in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open.
Like, how quick drawing was that glue? I'm impressed.
With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Uh-oh, how's she gonna die?
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time.
You hear
This
gunshots?
feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikan, what has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
God, the scores.
Huh?
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time! Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the... Let's go!
Skipping it because we already know, right? Vote time.
Well now.
Though it may be obvious at this point.
Correct!
You got it right once again. That's like 3 in a row. Yeah, it is. That's right, the true identity of the horrifying Blackened who killed 2 girls was Mikan Sumiki.
Damn it.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying Mikan, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed them?
I won't forgive you.
Don't joke around with me, Mikan. Did you lie to us all along? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them?
Hey!
Don't just laugh. Say something. This is going nowhere. Yes, they are, actually. Killer nurses are.
What's going on?
Sometimes it's out of pity, though.
Hey!
This is nothing like Peko. She's actually gone mental.
Well, that's
There's
obvious.
nothing you can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikan Sumiki we knew. Nagito looks like the guy from the first one, don't he?
Hey.
Based on my prediction, she might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for this case. Ah.
What?
Mikan too, you say?
I
know because I was looking at Mikan for so long. She was the one taking care of me after all. My consciousness kept drifting, but even so, when I did catch a glimpse of her, her expression was full of despair. Despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. He does look like a mop. Hold on, did you say Mikan also had the despair disease? Then that means she was...
What?
Hajime has something crossed your mind? My body's heavy. No, not just heavy, it's somewhat soft and really hot. That's right, Mikan felt really hot at that time. Now that I think about it, that must have been... She was sick. A high fever, just like what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be.
And because of that disease, Mikan was...
perhaps
The symptoms that she surely felt must have been deserving of the name despair disease. Losing all hope and harboring despair for all hope. Because of the despair disease, she was likely overcome with despair.
See?
That's the reason why she can still laugh in such a hopeless situation.
Jeez.
Which means the Mikan standing before us is no longer the ultimate nurse. She's a completely different person now that she's been infected by the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
She's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate despair. Ultimate despair? That's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone for the sake of despair instead of for the sake of hope?
Possible.
There's no way I can forgive that.
Oh?
For the sake of despair? That's completely wrong.
Huh?
Wrong? Wrong? What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Who are you talking about? If only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. I know.
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
I understand that I've done something unforgivable. But you know, to transcend all that is truly...
It's love.
What love is all about.
Hey.
I don't understand what you're saying. You got Nagito confused. You don't understand? It is because you don't have anyone to love. Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity. I feel sorry for you. Damn.
Well,
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but... love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are the only ones within that thin veil, and I'm just looking out through it. Who is she talking about? That's why as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me.
how amazing.
It's like nothing matters. I could just die. That's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love. Only love.
Could it be?
Nagito, is this really the despair disease you were talking about?
This is...
Seems that I was wrong. Not only was she affected by despair, you were half right. It's right to say that this is all thanks to that disease. Because thanks to that disease, I was able to remember my beloved. Remember? Apparently that's what my symptom was. What was a wonderful symptom? Which means you had the remembering disease.
But
if that means she remembered something and ended up like this...
such despair.
Are you saying you were like this from the start? Were you like this before you even came to the island? Oh, don't get so angry. Well, first of all, the reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know? Because it's not like I'm entirely responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. So it's everybody's fault that I turned out like this, you see? I mean... Even so, the current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. And it was also my beloved who created the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and still accepts me. Who the fuck are you talking about? That is the key difference between all of you and my beloved.
Don't fuck with me!
Yeah, exactly. Don't fuck with me. Who the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying this is Mikan? She's the real Mikan? Mikan, please answer me. Did you really remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. There's no way the person you are right now is the real Mikan. Oh, you still doubt me? Then to prove I remember, I'll tell you all something nice. It's about the World Ender organization that you all were worrying about.
You serious?
You know? No, I remembered, that's all. I knew about it all along, how that horrifying organization known as World Ender is also the organization known as the Future Foundation. Huh. Future? That's right, the symbol on the ancient ruins door. That's right. It was a Japanese word for future. Hey. Just what is the Future Foundation? What are they planning? As the name suggests, that organization is the world ender. The Future Foundation is trying to end our world. To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
This is bad.
This isn't a comic book, you know? As part of their plan to end the world, the Future Foundation brought us to this island. Isn't that right, Monomi? I knew it.
You.
Monomi, Monokuma, they're both members of that crazy organization, aren't they? Monomi aren't the members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence is entirely my own.
Hey.
Don't laugh. Hey, Mikan, if you really do remember, then you already know, right? You know the true identity of the traitors hiding among us. Of course I know that. Let's see. The Future Foundation lackey that's hiding among you all is...
Oh?
Oh, well, no one really cares about that, don't you think?
Of course not!
Oh, hell no. You'll find out eventually, so there's no need to be so impatient. Probably when that countdown ends. Countdown? You even know about that?
Oh?
I don't know anything. Huh? I have a feeling that's what it is, but who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love from the bottom of my heart, I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
Mikan, is this really you? I won't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. You were like this all along? Because if that's true, then who's the person we've been spending time with until now? The past? Past? The person she didn't exist in the beginning. That person, she didn't exist. She's just my past self who lost her school memories. You guys considered that thing a friend.
Oh?
That doesn't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self, but not my present self. That's...
Well,
that applies to you all as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever memory it is, losing memories are.
do you understand?
Like losing your personal identity. That is true. Memory is the most important component in building a person. Don't you think? Losing memories make us shadow of the past. Don't you think?
Hey.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but in the end, it always leads back to that story about our stolen school lives.
Hey, hey!
So it was all true all along. Our memories were taken away. Yeah.
Damn it!
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering this much. Why don't you just take your sweet time and remember at your own pace? Oh, Monokuma, is it all right for you to start now?
Yes, indeed!
Punishment time? Damn it, why? Mikan, why does it have to end like this? This is too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I thought that said Kikon. I was like, who the fuck is Kikon? Bye-bye ouchies. I know it sounds really low. Sorry, it's low. What is happening? That was a weird one. That was a weird one as all hell. Is that a giant ass tablet? That's a fucking giant ass tablet. I thought it was a TV. She's been executed. She apparently committed her crime because she was afflicted by the despair disease. But really? So what? What's finished? Nobody wanted it to end this way.
Let me ask.
Who was that Mikon from earlier? Was that her true form, or is that itself a symptom of the despair disease? Damn it. It doesn't matter. Either way. If she ended up like that just from remembering, then all along Mikon was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But
even if her words were influenced by the despair disease, if the disease turned her into that, if she lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
isn't that right?
So let's just move on. Come on, let's all take this despair and change it into hope.
Please wait!
That is impossible. I mean, I thought we were friends this whole time, but even so. Like a house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friends we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of herself. Then she vanished from our sight, leaving behind only her malice towards us. And now there's no way we can just move on or try to have a clear-cut attitude about these feelings. That's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was the traitor too.
Wrong!
Too bad, that's not the case. Mikon was not the traitor.
Come on!
The traitor is still alive, as proof. See how fine Monomi looks right now. Huh? I'm not fine at all. But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, right? Huh? I mean, you're both pawns of the Future Foundation. So you guys are like two hearts beating as one, right?
You fiend.
What does that make you, fiend? You did say that you are different than Monomi.
Phew!
Who cares about who I am? More importantly, I'm tired. The drama just kept going and going. I didn't even have time to eat my black bean right eye during the break. What the fuck? Right eye is made out of black beans.
Hey!
Wait, now's not the time to focus on that. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
You know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? It's fun because downs come after ups. But if life was full of downs, wouldn't it get boring? So in order to help you guys feel better, I prepared a special event. Special event? Head over to the first island beach. An old friend will be waiting there. Old friend?
Huh?
Could it be Nekomaru?
Hey!
Is it? It is, isn't it? Nekomaru was safe after all. Safe? How should I say this? I knew it. I knew that crazy bastard Nekomaru would come back to us in one piece. Awesome. We're starting to see the light of hope. The light of hope? I am happy Nekomaru is returning to us, but I...
So just as I thought.
3 of our friends just died, so I honestly cannot be happy. Miss Sonia.
However,
However, Even so, I'm still happy if Nekomaru is safe. I am truly happy.
Fine.
If you are happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they were still lived.
Huh.
Hey, Supreme Overlord of who gives a shit, that line doesn't suit you at all.
Silence.
I shall crush you into dust.
Can
you hear us? If you are unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I want to warmly welcome Nekomaru when he returns to us. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching them.
Right?
Then let's all greet Nekomaru and let's make it grand even for those who have died. Huh? What the heck? Do I still have the after effects of that disease? I don't get this at all. Kane.
All right!
Let's go. Yeah, you're right. Nekomaru's coming back. Well, we heard that. We were unable to contain our excitement as we jumped into the elevator. Man, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say. Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they learn to stick around until others have finished talking? What does that mean?
Hey!
You're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to properly explain everything to them. Including Nekomaru's body. Huh? Nekomaru's body? It's their fault for not sticking around until I finish talking. So if something happens because of that, I bear no responsibility. What did you do to Nekomaru?
What's this?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved someone who was that close to death. So, it just couldn't be helped. As soon as we exited the elevator, we started running. Hurry to the beach on the first island.
All right!
Let's haul ass. Woohoo! Even though our minds were completely exhausted, strangely enough, our bodies felt light. Without stopping for anything, we kept right on running towards the beach on the first island. Where in the world is Nekomaru?
Hey!
Show yourself.
Listen!
We have to pick you up. Please hurry up and come out of hiding. We raised our voices. We looked around the area. We raised our voices again. We looked around the area again. And so on and so forth, we kept looking for him. But
Hey!
What the hell, man? He's nowhere to be found.
Damn it!
Could it be... Did we get false info from Monokuma again? And that's when it happened. We heard a familiar voice echo throughout the beach. What happened? Were you all looking for me?
Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
That voice! With high hopes in our hearts, we turned towards the direction of the voice. And then we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing! The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
I never screamed like that before, you know? Like, never done. You know what's fucked up is that Mikon remembered. I don't know who she was talking about, but it was somebody she loved during her high school days. But what we saw is that a lot of people talk down to Mikon, and it was evident in that last murder case, right? Like, no one treated her good, so we were hoping things would progress smoothly. That's right, a common, ordinary progression would have just been fine. Like, for example, the enemy's lair crumbling right after you defeat the final boss, or your dead friend suddenly reappearing. It would have been just fine if things had progressed like that. That's the kind of old school progression we were hoping for. Not this unreasonable turn of events. Jesus.
The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Nekomaru? Is that you?
No matter how you look at it, I'm still me!
No matter how we look at it, this isn't you at all.
Sheesh.
You guys are a strange lot. You all have such big, wide eyes. Or perhaps you've all fallen in love with this metallic body of mine. I already know what you want to say just by looking in your eyes. Then again, I'm a former team manager. What happened? You look like you've seen a ghost or something.
You...
Hey man, don't go scaring Miss Sonia with that strange ass mask. As he raised his stammering voice, Kazuichi grabbed onto Nekomaru's head and...
I already know!
Come on, take it off. Ow! Stop it! Stop it!
Hey!
Why won't it come off? Wait, what, are you freaking kidding me? Holy crap, it's not just for show. God, they drew his face.
Pure electricity!
It's not just for show, it's pure electricity. I've been reborn as pure electricity. Jesus. If you're seriously Nekomaru...
Damn it.
That's my fault, right? You ended up getting a body like that, and it's all my fault, right? Yeah, it is, actually. Sorry. Nekomaru. I don't know how to apologize for this. Don't worry about it. A lot of stuff happens when you're alive. I mean, true.
You serious?
You're too upbeat. Is this really okay? If you keep sweating the small stuff, you're going to end up getting more gray hairs. More?
Hey!
Commenting on every little thing he does is a waste of time. But
hey,
you're really Nekomaru, right? You came back for us, right? That's right. I resurrected from the depths of hell in shining silver. Kinda got like bug eyes. How are you even okay with that? It doesn't even compare to my eye patch. How can you accept that body?
Oh!
It's better just to be alive.
Huh?
Eh?
Huh?
It's better to just be alive. Hey, don't you agree? If I'm alive, I can still talk to you all. If I'm alive, I can still fight.
Show some
It doesn't matter
spirit!
what happens to my body. Not one bit.
Amazing!
Your amazing Nekomaru is brimming with hope. It's better to just be alive. I do understand what Nekomaru is saying, but no matter how we make sense of this, it's just too weird. This isn't a novel or a movie. This is reality. Can something this unexplained really be allowed to happen? No, instead, why did this happen? Anyways, I'm glad that's fine, right? Right? Nekomaru definitely came back to us.
What's this?
My mind, am I interrupting your touching reunion? What? Why is Nekomaru a robot?
Hey!
Unfortunately, it was truly difficult to save Nekomaru from the jaws of death. But they don't call me the psycho pop magician for nothing. Who calls you that?
Oh my goodness!
Such a wonderful
Such
before.
a wonderful before and after has occurred.
Okay, yeah. It appears to be a little too dramatic. Thanks to that, I'm getting stabbed by all these envious stares.
Hey, hey!
If you're really a robot, what's going on with your thought process? Is that like a program too? Then what happened to the other stuff, like your self-awareness and... How many times do I have to tell you that it doesn't matter? No matter what shape or form I take, I am Nekomaru Nadai. Is he going to power through the rest of his life with this new ability? That kind of reaction, it looks like you really are self-aware. That means this technology is insane. I've never seen or heard of anything like this before.
Phew!
What the commoner considers advanced is not much of an advancement. If you think advancements exist in colleges and in laboratories, that's a huge misunderstanding. The real advancements exist in the place where you can pass on that talent.
Hey,
And
hey!
you're saying that were you really that amazing?
You.
Stop admiring him. You stupid stuffed toy, don't go screwing with people's bodies like that.
What?
Hold on, if you harm Monokuma, you're going to... You intend to defy me yet again? You're quite the barbarian.
Disappear!
Please, this time you will definitely fall prey to my Monokuma bazooka. Once again, the world shook and turned stark white. As if the surrounding environment and all the sound was blown away by the impact. Turning everything completely white. And within that whiteness, I heard that voice yet again.
Nekomaru!
That didn't faze me at all! Check it out! I'm intact! I have no injuries at all!
Hey, hey!
Are you fucking serious? He took the blast that doesn't even have a single scratch. And doesn't have even a single scratch. He's seriously a real robot. Hey, can you let me disassemble you? Can you let me disassemble you and show me your insides?
No,
thank you.
Thank you!
If I get disassembled, I'll end up dying.
By the way...
I suppose I should fill you in. Even though he's a robot now, if Nekomaru is killed, it's still going to count as a murder, okay?
Of course!
It's possible that Nekomaru might kill someone instead. Don't say such foolish things. That will never happen. Well, with all that in mind, you guys enjoy the killing school trip together.
Let's get along.
I hope we can all get along.
It's impossible.
It's gonna be a while before I can mentally process this. Will Nekomaru never return to his original form? If that's the case, it is a burden for Nekomaru.
Sheesh.
Hey, it's not like I came back as a monster. I'm just a robot now, you know? I'm sorry, I can't really see a difference. Well, just consider this a little promotion. By making a robot one of the main characters, a genuine mystery is transformed into a sci-fi mystery. And the hard-boiled is transformed into cyberpunk. You're totally destroying the genres. Oh well, who cares? As long as it's fun, it's totally fine. Hey, how's it going? Are you out there consuming? Get it? This island is not the day-to-day world I know. It's a mad world where the strange is accepted as normal. Because reasoning, circumstances, foreshadowing, these things don't apply here at all. That's what it means to live in a mad world. Chapter 4. Do Ultimate Robots Dream of Clockwork? The fuck does that even mean? The next morning, we gathered at the hotel restaurant like we always do. Man, the food today was awesome as usual. As always, you sure do eat a lot. I feel relaxed just by looking at you. It's impossible not to worry about it. No matter what, this feels really strange. It's not something I'll get used to easily.
Hey.
Anyway, what are you gonna do, Mekomaru? I like that. What am I going to do? For food, do you need like oil?
Hey.
Regular? Premium?
Well...
Nah, he doesn't need oil since he said he's pure electricity. Maybe he's a battery powered or something. I can totally eat normal food, especially rice dishes. I can't keep my eyes off of them. However, I've been feeling a little down today, so I don't have much of an appetite.
All right!
Are you malfunctioning? If you show me your insides, I can fix you up, you know? No means no. What? So you're here too?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I should know my place and not speak out of turn when everyone's gathered together like this. However, I just wanted to make sure I spoke to you about what happened yesterday. That person Mikan called her beloved. I can't help thinking about that, and it won't get out of my head.
What?
Am I just a coward for worrying about that?
Let me tell you.
It crossed my mind as well, but based on how she phrased it. So this is the end. This is really... Now I can go to my beloved and be forgiven. I can finally see my beloved. Please forgive me, as my hopes of finally seeing you die with me.
This,
It
too,
was as if she
must
was
be the
speaking
will of
to
causality.
an entity that does not exist in this world. Then there's nothing to worry about.
Fine.
More importantly, you should be thinking about the Future Foundation, our enemy. If that fearsome organization known as World Ender is truly responsible for our imprisonment,
If you flinch, you will die!
then investigating who's behind that organization is our top priority. The Future Foundation. The word future. Does it have anything to do with that ancient ruin? I mean, there's no doubt that that symbol on the door to the ancient ruin was the Japanese word for future. If that's the case, it might be better if we investigate the ancient ruins again later. However, the more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Why would an organization that's secretly plotting to end the world make us suffer like this? They went to a lot of trouble to abduct us and bring us to this island. Not only that, they took away several years' worth of memories of our lives at Hope Peak Academy for reasons that are also unknown. Future Foundation, World Ender?
Impossible!
There's obviously something wrong with you if you believe in something so unrealistic.
Hey!
You're one to talk.
What?
But what should we do? What should be most concerned about as it relates to the Future Foundation?
Isn't that right?
Is the traitor from the Future Foundation that's hiding among us?
Hey.
I wonder who it is. The true identity of the outsider hiding among us and trying to ensnare us.
I won't be fooled!
Nagito obviously the most suspicious though. Even a childish organization blathering about ending the world wouldn't accept someone like me.
Man.
Nobody wants a worthless human like me to join their group. You guys should know that feeling well, right?
You think so?
And that's the reason why you're not the traitor. I don't understand your theory at all.
Huh?
Then who do you think is the most suspicious?
It's obvious.
I nominate Hajime. Huh?
Wow.
Well, isn't it normal to doubt the most unlikely candidate? Not just that, you are the only one here who still doesn't know what ultimate talent you possess. If we are basing this on an outsider hiding among a group of ultimates, Hajime should be doubted. Oh, fuck, I didn't read that fast enough. Then Hajime's the traitor? Of course not. What are you even saying? You should raise your voice like that. We might become even more suspicious of you, you know? This is obviously your fault.
Settle down.
Stop fighting. Don't you think fighting with ourselves like this is Monokuma's trap? That might be true, but... Alright, I'll handle this. Just leave this matter to me. What do you mean?
Huh?
To eliminate this tense atmosphere, allow me to present you with my new function that I discovered last night. So tell me, is it flight? Can you fly? No. It's not a conventional function like that. It's far more practical and novel. Now then, let's go. Behold! Komaru's crying?
No!
Hardly. I'm not crying. My right eye dispenses cola. The left eye dispenses Roy Boy's tea.
Behold!
What? Are you kidding me?
Your soda fountain.
Damn it.
I know we'll be here all day if you keep commenting on every little thing you do.
Don't fuck with me!
What the hell is Monoko thinking, giving you a function like that?
You're so evil.
That guy, he's definitely fooling around. Monokuma's just toying with other people's bodies. I too was modified by Monokuma, so I totally understand how Nekomaru feels. But don't be depressed. You'll get used to it. It's surprising how quickly you'll get used to it.
I'll beat you up!
Don't go butting in our conversation all of a sudden. I'll kill you until you die from it, you stupid rabbit. That's an extreme violent thing to say to someone. You showing up at this time means, did you come to tell us that you've defeated another mono beast?
Yippee-ki-yay!
You're correct. Once again, you can visit a new island, so please take this opportunity to get along with everyone. I ain't going. What a drag.
Man.
Even if we go to the new island, it's not like we're gonna find a way to escape this place, right?
You are right.
Rather, I feel as though the opportunity to kill increases every time we go to a new island. So it might be best if we do not go.
I renounce you!
I don't know what you're planning, Fiend, but we're not going to fall for it. What a misunderstanding. I was just...
Lame!
How annoying. Just stay back and leave the rest to your big brother. I'll give you an example of how to lure these guys to you. What are you doing? You're acting like we're allies or something. The fuck? Delicious?
I tell you to stay back!
This technique, it's impossible to defend against it or evade it.
Well now.
Now that I've mopped up the annoying one.
Special bleeding
Okay,
service!
since you guys are feeling down in the dumps, I'll make you guys so excited your noses will bleed. Compared to the early investigation, I've prepared a special treat that's completely different than before. Treat?
Nice!
Oh, you took the bait. I guess it's true. If you want to get a shut-in out of their room, carrots work the best.
Huh?
Who the fuck cares about that? Hurry up and tell us what the treat is. It's an amazing treat. Don't wet your pants. Well, it's okay if you do. Just don't spray it on me. I prepared a bunch of stuff you guys might find interesting on the new island.
Miracle!
Such as clues about the future foundation. Such as parts that may be useful for making a ship.
You serious?
News!
And also your student profiles from your time at Hope Peaks Academy.
So...
Do your best to explore. Take care.
Hey.
What should we do?
You know,
Our only option is to go, obviously. We might be able to go home if we have ship parts.
Yep.
I plan to go too. If there are clues about the future foundation, we need to make sure we see them.
Hajime.
What about you, Hajime? Of course you're going, right? If you look at our student profiles, you might be able to find out what your shining talent is. It's a chance for you to clear any suspicions, right? What suspicions? I don't think anyone here doubts me.
What?
I see. But there are clues about my talent. I want to know what it is. The reason Hope Peaks Academy chose me. The talent I possess. These things matter to me. There's no way I'm not worried about it. It seems you've all prepared yourself for the worst.
Starting to get pumped up.
That means we're gonna go, right? If everyone is going, I shall accompany you as well. But there's also a possibility that Monokuma set a trap. We should be careful where we step. I can't stop thinking about that ancient ruin that might hold clues about the future foundation. But we should start exploring the new island. We should. This is where I'm gonna end it. I wanted to finish this chapter, but it's really late and I gotta work. God dang it. I'll be on tomorrow again. I'm gonna try 5, 6. We'll see. So you know, subscribe so you get notification, or you'll see it, you know. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. This is baffling. The next chapter sounds really good. So I can't wait to see what the hell is happening. Nessie, I'll check out your post. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone.